Okay. I have the flu right now, and I was so happy when I realized today's stream day. Oh, I'm glad. Do you guys hear me well? Perchance? Pines, a lone wolf on Twitch. I missed you guys. Yes, get better. Also, I think the reason why we've got a new quirky image, but you have, see Pines, you've got like special privileges of using emojis that show up. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, the reason why we've got a big, well, not a big, just a quirky image that doesn't move is because someone said that they feel like nauseous when there's constant movement. Like, Jesus Christ. When there's like a constant static movement, static in the sense of like there's like a loop, right? So, hell yeah. That's why I put an image, not a GIF, because I get it. I also get like that sometimes. Basically, how am I? I'm doing better. I definitely, got a pretty bad food poisoning. Well, pretty bad in the sense of like, honestly, the food poisoning wasn't as bad as like my panic disorder flaring up. So it's going to take some time for it to like, I'm a little quiet. Let me see. Can I make it louder? I don't know. Can I? Let me see what I can do here. I think maybe if I go like way up, it's gonna do something. Let's go even higher. Maybe like 20? What about 20? It should be better. I think, so I kind of, like, kind of recovered, kind of not. Because the thing is, the biggest issue that I have is my panic disorder. So until it like settles down, I'm still gonna be kind of feeling meh. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely feel so much better. It feels manageable. Because for a few days I was like, oh my goodness, why did I even go somewhere? Which is not really the right attitude to have, because like, well, you have to be going places, you have to be doing things. You can't just like sit at home, right? Did I watch The Chosen Barb already? No, not yet. We filmed a podcast episode on the drama yesterday, the movie, but we haven't watched a Barbie movie yet. We have to speed it up because I think my assistant is going somewhere. Oh, hi. No, we just started. But yeah, so far, just worked, hung out with my assistant mostly because, of course, we haven't seen each other in a while. So we're going to squeeze as many hangouts as possible into like 2 weeks or, well, not two, because she's going, to work. Can my assistant stop traveling the world and get back in the studio? Yeah, I hope that she can, because goddamn, you ordered vanilla ice cream and felt better? Nice. Yeah, being a hermit is not a good answer, even when it's so tempting. Yeah, like the thing is, I'm not like, I kind of I like doing things and whatever, but I definitely got, since COVID started to kind of, get more and more introverted in a weird way. Like I'm just not, yeah, it's a bird. It's Bella. By the way, saw a baby hummingbird yesterday. Yeah. A baby hummingbird, you guys. Yesterday we went to eat with my assistant to this like burger place, and they had a trivia night. And we were like, well, what the hell? Why not, And one of the sections was a Buffy section, and I fucking killed it, divas. Yeah. Sometimes it pays. Well, it doesn't pay, but sometimes knowing way too much about a show that I made a deep dive on actually helps you in something. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Actually, we were both like pissed off because they didn't give us a point for the last question about Buffy, because thing is, they had the wrong information. The last line in Buffy is said by Buffy. She says Spike, but they were like, it's Dawn. Well, Dawn says something, and then Buffy still quietly says Spike. So it's Spike and Buffy saying it. That is the last word in the show. Just saying. Just saying. You guys. Anyway. Well, we didn't end up saying anything because we realized that on the other sections we were way behind, and we were like, well, what the fuck is the point? Over 1 point. But then my sister was walking home like, well, actually, no, they were wrong. And I'm like, Diva, it wouldn't have changed a thing. Not a thing. Buffy trivia night in the burger place. Yeah. That was the universe rewarding your hard work, Lisa. The Buffy trivia, that's what it was. Dude, honestly, like that's kind of the issue, is that like everyone is so far apart. I'm so tired of that bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. It's a sequel to the drama. It's Lisa revealing that she corrected the quiz master of Buffy trivia. Anyway, yeah. Buffy's burgers. Okay, yeah. First golf party, not Buffy trivia. I know. We just keep walking into already existing functions accidentally. You know? What can you tease of your podcast episode? Just that it's about the drama, the movie. There's not much else to tease about it, I think. But We talk about the director too. What? Why this sad emoji? Puka? Oh, damn, Puka. I get it. I'm still feeling like yucky. TBH. Not gonna lie. Do you guys think I can have an avocado? Or is that gonna be like... I think it should be okay, right? Hello. You're fighting demons? Avocado is okay? Okay, slay. Not me always consulting the chat. Oh. How long has this stream been going on? Just 15 minutes. Wait. I'm fighting demons right now, but then right after I made an hear me out board. Okay, let's do a hear me out board of the day. Send it. Your body will let you know if it's a bad idea. Damn, what the heck? I did listen to... I only listened to one song from the new NMix stuff. It's a pretty good song. It's just like I can't really remember it well because it's not like super catchy in my opinion. Espa, I just didn't give a fuck to listen to it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like kind of over Espa. I don't know. Yeah, bananas are okay. Actually, maybe I'll have a banana first. I just wanted to maybe have an avocado on toast, but I don't know. Little cats are losing their minds, running around. But I kind of I started to eat pretty normally yesterday. Like I just kind of avoid anything that's like too processed or anything that's like really oily, stuff like that. Lisa, do you know Luna? Yeah, I do know Luna. Not that well. I was kind of like casually listening to them. I wasn't like paying attention to the lore and stuff. Yeah, Navis. Twinkathy Chalamet. Why are we talking about that? My hear me out is Twinkathy Chalamet. Ah, okay. Okay, slay. Okay, so I'm gonna do an avocado on toast then. Set. Put link in streams channel or on Discord. Okay, slay. I'm a little scared. Is it a bad idea to open it up with it? Okay, why is it doing that? Have you seen this? Why is it doing that? Does anyone know? Only 3 exams left. Let's go. You could do it, Diva. The murderer of the episode was clearly Nara Smith. Is it like a private board? Perchance? Oh! The hell? You made it tasty soup. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah, what kind of soup was it? It's not private, you saw it? What the hell is going on then? Okay. Let me try a different browser perchance. Maybe something's wrong. Yeah, it seems like it might be a browser issue. Let me see. If I can sign in. Okay. Cats are losing it. Oh. Okay, don't cry. What the heck? Okay, it worked. Let me see. I'm gonna add. Oh my god, you guys. Get ready, I guess. Just sign. Hi, Svader. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. Is that an egg? Simply. The guy with the bag, it's not even clean. Who even is he? Anybody? Liam Gallagher. Why is he a hear me out? I mean, I am a little scared, yes. But also, I need an explanation for the egg thing. Come on now. Like, what the hell is up? Why the egg? Yeah, I genuinely don't know many of them, but we can judge by the look, right? I found 3 gay college YouTube shows, and my own uni experience still not gay at all. I was robbed by Putin. Shit. Damn diva. I don't know, the sound an egg makes when you crunch the shell is sexy. Yeah, MT, you're not in a position to judge anything on that board. That you're correct on, actually. Oh, wow. At least scroll down. I'm scared. Okay. Okay. What's with the surveillance situation here? First of all. Second of all, I'm seeing so many robots. So many. Also, what the hell is this? Just a black silhouette? Divas. The neck veins? Well, we could have had a picture of actual, like, what they look like from the outside. We didn't have to have a biologically accurate diagram. I love a man with no defining characteristics. And the camera head guy is like the feeling of being watched. Are you sure? Are you sure that's what you like? Wouldn't that be creepy if it's like an old man, for example? Would that change your feelings on it? Uh? Maya is living in really sexy times for her. Hi, Omar. The next thing is that the proximity of the vessels of air, blood, and consuming food are all linked together in the neck. Yeah, I kind of get it with the neck anatomy. You guys are crazy. It's creeping me out. The neck anatomy, I'm like immediately, I don't want to think about what's going on the inside. I hate biology with my entire being. Like, I can't stand it. And everyone in China is like, yeah, the neck anatomy. What the fuck? Ay, ay, ay. And then there's Puppet from FNAF. Is this guy like on the left from FNAF? Another egg. Okay, we're seeing a pattern here, I guess. A very questionable one. A stray jacket. Okay. I get the hazmat for some reason. Like, yes, safety. What the fuck is with the stray jacket, huh? Nets? Who the hell is that? Well, don't you all want to date someone who can crawl inside your skin to be this close to you? We're just saying anything at this point. Freaking spine. Yeah, what the fuck is up with the spine, Diva? Who is this? Maya's. Omar, this is Maya's. Listen, I like men who aren't men. Right. Right. I read HMO as homo. Well, yeah, is that Slenderman or just like blank guy? I think it's blank guy. I'm taking baby hummingbird from this stream? What do you mean? How do you take it? Lisa scroll becomes more normal? Okay, prayer circle. Why do you need the energy? For a second I thought Lacey was part of the board. Oh my god. Nets, are we gonna see spiders? Garbage bin. Is fish on a hook not sexy? No. No, what are you talking about, Tiva? Yeah. Okay. Spine represents submission. How so? Quickly. How so? Corky doesn't even have to be on a hear me out list. We all know it's not a hear me out. Don't you ever want to be trapped in a net? You gotta focus on one thing at a time so I can explain. Oh, so much work. Okay, good. It's good we're doing Maya's Hear Me Out right now. From the start, I was afraid I had to miss it because I have to go watch Eurovision with my gays. Oh my god, yeah. You have to bend your spine to bend over. For example, in prayer. You know what? We're gonna be cooking at the same time because this is crazy, divas. Like, that's nuts. Oh. Okay. I don't know this guy. Looks like someone from Powerpuff Girls, but I couldn't tell you. A garbage bin. Okay. A chainsaw. Why a chainsaw? Minesweeper. Right. Right. Oh, you too, Barrage. Lisa moving has felt so violating and disorienting. Oh, I'm so sorry for picking you up and placing you gently on a table. I kind of get the ironing, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of get the ironing. Like, okay, sure. Sure, you got me there. Come on. Let's do some toast, right? How long do you think it would have to be? How long do people bake shit in an oven? Does anybody know? Because I sure don't. Shaggy. Listen, Shaggy, I can understand that. Yeah, sure. I see culture. What's up with all the body parts? That's Cube. Not sure about that one, but What? Who the hell is this? The pink guy. A chair? Just one chair? I just want to make toast. Just some white toast, you know what I mean? Do I need 2 pieces? Am I gonna be able to eat 2? I feel like maybe not. I don't know. The guy from Adventure Time. The pink guy? Yes, chairs are sexy. This one in particular? Okay. Another picture of the rat. Wait, are we going in circles? What the hell? Did you see that? Like, we're started here. We got back to the same thing. That was weird. Okay, we're back with this guy. Whatever his name is. Okay. All right. You know what? My friend is one of those people who like doesn't have a toaster and just like uses chair represents human body absence, and that's sexy. That's why that's why you can't allow arts people to do hear me out list. They'll give you concepts, they'll give you absence of bodies and places. Damn. That purple lady. Okay, I can see that, obviously. Okay. Maya, explain the TV that says pathetic. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, Tom and Jerry. Is it what, both? That's so weird. Okay, well, you know what? We're actually gonna make some coffee today. Can you imagine? After a week of me being here, I can actually have a coffee. Crazy. That's the computer that insults you? No toaster solidarity with Lisa's friend and JY. What the hell, you guys? Why? Okay, that's the computer that insults you, but why is it sexy, Diva? Shane is a hold me back. Which one of them is Shane? Oh, computer? Seeing these pics and their associations all at once is what I always thought being a telepath in comics would be like. Every person is weird as hell in their own way, and you are never prepared. It's what Tom is doing to Jerry. Wow. Yeah. Why? Okay, what's up with you guys liking somebody being mean to you? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, anyway, got this thing. I wish I could remember what everything was fucking cold, divas. Whatever. So this thing, what is this size inside? This is for 2 shots. Usually you need like 18 to 22 grams of coffee for this. Ground. Okay. Wow. Trigger just came back from barista. Not as saying Batista. Barista shift. Yeah, after barista shifts, I would stink like coffee so much. And coffee, like stale coffee smell, is like just not nice. It was so hard to get rid of. You know. Let me do this shit. Hopefully that's enough. If not, I guess we'll grind some more. I do 18 for 300 ml as advised by my NB barista friend. That's a good rule of thumb, but you have to be, technically speaking, you have to dial coffee in, right? So every single one of them is going to be different. Here, you don't have as many variables when you're at home, right? You don't have as much control over the amount of water that's going to come through the espresso machine. And be barista. That's the best type of barista. Am I right, ladies? Ladies. Click through this slideshow. Wait. What slideshow? Oh my god, not the fucking Venom. Diva. It's so scary. I can understand this. I can understand this, definitely. I can even understand Riven. Maybe not in first season. He pisses me off in season 1. That scrawny little bitch. But where is the... Oh, you mean like you want like the entire thing to be clicked through like a slideshow. Okay. Divas, is that possible? Is that possible, Divas? I'm just gonna have to... I'm just picturing you saying ladies along to your phone device. Yeah, that's what I do every day. It's ladies, ladies. Just mean like open one pin at a time. Okay, Slay. All right. Well, we have gone through some of them. Tell me who the fuck that is. I can kind of see it though, I guess. I don't think the neighbors hear me. Okay. Okay, I think this is good enough, honestly. Like, Pitch is cute. Oh, his name is Pitch. Pitch Black from Rise of the Guardians. And he's sexy, no explanation needed. Okay, got it. Let us see. This in particular, is it the character or what's going on? He's a little sassy with it. Oh, guys. Fishman from The Shape of Water. He's a gentleman and also very hot. Okay. Well, today we're supposed to be talking news and like pop culture stuff, but we started with a Hear Me Out by Maya. I just can't. What the heck? Okay. What is up with the shark? Why? Alright, guys, I can't. Oops. Sorry. Oui. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's not much control with the coffee when it comes to making it like this. I swear to God, every time I have an online lecture, Yagdiva starts streaming. Damn it. Monster fucker situation. Got it. Hi, Lionesses will join when my lecture is over if you're still here. Hell yeah. Essence of Shark. Deep waters, the unknown, blood and violence. Diva. Why is everyone on violence shit? What's going on? Do we have to have a therapy session collectively? Do we? Why do you like people that are mean to you? Why do you like danger and violence? What's going on? I mean, I'm really, like, in many ways, I'm kind of glad that there's still people like that out there because, well, we meaties need somebody to like us. But goddamn. Okay. Let me see. How's the bread doing? Is it getting crispy? I don't know. Just made chamomile tea with honey. Nice. Okay, let me steam some milk now. Oh shit, fuck. So to steam, not the scissors. Fucking hell. The pencil sharpener is sexy because it's sharp. And also the pencil fits in so well. I mean, I used to be able to do very simple latte art, like heart sleeves, like little things like that. But okay, wait. The steam one is ready. Can you even see? Ah, you can't see shit. That's fine. Okay, let me do this. Divas, here's the milk. Can't even see it. Damn. Boom, 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 boom. Exactly, a microcosm of perfect union represents coming together to split apart. I don't know why you girls have to keep giving Freud. Okay. Damn. Listen, you know what? I do love that our community, even in terms of hear me outs, is kind of imaginative. And, you know, um, I guess, what else? Not just imaginative, but, what would you even call that? It's funny how you guys are trying to, like, not trying, but you're like, even your hear me outs are weirdly academic. Maya, does it feel like defending your thesis? Yes, empty, it does. Listen. Oh, girls. This is crazy. You know, while the milk is still good, let me do the do. Okay, I think that maybe the bread is ready. What do you think? I feel like am I fucking it up? I don't know. Okay, fine. Let's see if there's anything else that needs an explanation. We talked about this, we talked about that. Okay, what the fuck is up with this? The trash bin? Can you show us the bread in the oven? I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm gonna take it out. Wait, one sec. Oh my god. Divas. Oh my god. That was hard to fucking get out. Okay, Maya, where's the explanation for the dump? Oh, okay, it represents the things we hide away. No, I think it represents things that we dispose of, actually. Diva, what? Come on. Yeah, I think bread's good. Yeah, let me put it up. Actually, I might have gone way too hard on it. It's like really hard now. Shit. If I break a tooth on it, like Sulavu at this point. Hidden away by society. Trash bin imply finding something nice and good that was wrongly thrown away. Oh yeah, I'm cutting up a avocado. But I'm kind of like, yeah, I definitely fucked up with, like, it's really crisp. Not crisp, like it's literally fucking, what are they called? Dumpster represents that which the world would discard out of convenience, symbol of queer sex. Maya. Wow. Alright, guys. I just basically dried the toast out. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Yeah. Maya is cooking with these explanations. No, Maya, they're hearing you out, honestly. Listen, it seems like people are getting it. Like, what the heck is up with this? Why are there animals here? Yeah, see, they're all hearing you out. It's perfect. What do you mean, diva? Ow. Inkblot is sexy because he's not afraid to make a mess. And he's bold and strong. When was the last time you've met a man who's afraid to make a mess? What are we? Empty. Bye, empty. Uncontrollable desire. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. Okay, explain this. Oh, you said that you don't have an explanation for yourself here? Okay, that's fine. I just remembered. Um, maybe this? I miss Maneskin. Where's Papa Smurf? That's a hot candle. Have you talked about your birth chart already? No, I just don't have like. I need like a full reading so I could like talk about the stuff that you guys wrote, which was pretty funny. But also just so we do it once instead of like doing it multiple times on different days when I get like a reading that I can share with you. Hell yeah! 10 days till Paralives! Ladies, ladies! Candle consumed by its own purpose represents futility in the face of desire. Mm. Okay. Okay. Also pain? Okay. You guys have like a lot of love for pain, eh? What's up with that? What's up with that? A little bit of lemon. Has anyone watched Industry? If yes, can you tell me if the two main girls end up together? I haven't seen it, but someone in chat might have. Okay. Some salt. Okay. Let's eat, ladies. Thanks, guys. Now I'm gonna feel a type of way every time I light a candle. Honestly, I don't really know MLP that way, to be honest. Like, I don't know it that well, but yeah, I'm not sure. Favorite colors: yellow, orange, red. And it melts and it drips. What more is needed? carried around. The coffee slaps. Let's start there. But I think the cats are saying things. This is not even toast anymore. You know what I mean? They're dealing with each other. Okay, more thoughts. Which one do you want? Oh, maybe explain this. What the hell? Did my Twitch stream fucking die? No, this is what toast like this is dangerous. The mini furniture is cute. I know, right? Okay, chessboard is sexy because every piece is restrained in its movements by an invisible set of rules that all must follow. Through a series of ritualized gestures that have been there for thousands of years. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Strategy is inherently sexy, like enemies to lovers, maybe? Okay, we need to be quicker. We already spent like an hour. And we still gotta talk shit about people. Okay, I can see that. What's up with this? There is no free will, only submission. Maya, what's with you in submission? The cats are running. Ribcage is sexy because it's where your lungs and heart are, a literal cage of life. Okay. Protector of the most vulnerable parts. The gaps in between the narrow bones bring to mind the keys of a piano. The cats are losing it, for real. I hope they're just like playing. I can't really tell. Oh, is it too loud? Holy fuck. Should I turn it down? Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, it's gonna be very crunchy. Should I put it further out? Every gap in between bone is a vulnerable point. This is like the third time I've caught a stream with Lisa eating avocado toast. This is why I don't own any property. Okay. 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 Okay, good. I'm gonna trust you guys on that one. Because I couldn't tell anyway. What? Okay. What's this? Oh, okay. No, I get the ribcage. I get the ribcage. Especially the part about like protection of the most vulnerable parts and stuff like that. People who can take care of you, other things like that. That's hard. Who am I gonna have to? Oh, you love him as a kid? He's just cute. Okay. Let's go back to the egg because people are confused. And there's two of them. They're right. There's two whole fucking eggs cracked. And you explained a little bit, but you need to explain more because we are confused. Well, yeah, I think that the ones that are like the minors is probably from when you were a minor, right? Okay. Egg is a literal symbol of reproduction, first of all. I find nothing sexy about reproduction. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Represents the domestic and crushing it shows violence of domesticity. Is it violence of domesticity? Because it seems like violence on the domestic. Yes, but egg cracking, like unleashing potential, is from the inside. This is from the outside. This is why you can't ask arts people what they think is sexy. Don't. No, the thing is, I love it. I think this is perfect. This is a perfect representation of this community. Just a bunch of fucking people with theses and fucking PhDs telling you what they think is sexy, and it's literally a ribcage. Okay. That's what I mean, the violence of being reduced to domestic object, which is erotic and also scary. It's how is that erotic, Diva? I don't get that part. I can't think of any hear me outs either because I rarely like anyone. And when I do like someone, it's like, well, no shit. It's not like a hear me out worthy type deal. Recently, kind of liked someone, and it's giving me anxiety. Kind of started. Don't let arts people cook on hear me out list. Listen, I fuck with it. I think this is a lot better than anything else because this is crazy. Because you're being reduced to to an object through the violence of domesticity, which is hot. Maya, have you ever been to therapy? Listen, it's all artistic, yada yada, but have you ever been to therapy? Perchance. My hear me outs is mostly intrigue from good character design rather than attraction. Exactly. Hey now, some of us are just way too ace to understand anything about this exercise, lol. I just like that people seem to be having fun. Keltrin, me too. Me too. And I don't think I'm ace. I just think that honestly, I just rarely meet people I like. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the sentence, actually. I'm done explaining egg. I have misjudged the freaky meter of this group of people. No, Maya, let your freak fly. It's all good, my Linus. Please. I just always find it really fascinating when people find this types of things like, what did you say? Reduced to an object through the violence of domesticity, which is hot. Like, it's really crazy that you find that hot to me, but I know a lot of people who do too, so it's really interesting to me. Maya wins. um, okay. You know what? In many ways, to me, Western culture is it's like very dominant all over the globe right now. And Western culture is extremely over sexualized while not being erotic in any type of way. It's like lacking of actual desire, but only the aesthetics of sex, which I think makes a lot of people think that they are more ace than they are, because it's such a alienated relationship to your own desire that you kind of feel like if you're not experiencing desire in the same way as like capitalists want you to, you're like ace. Which is mostly just like the fact that, for example, like all of these rules that were introduced through media to the rest of the world, usually through uh, American shows, TV shows. There's like a lot of things that kind of got like seeped through into other cultures where this approach is very, very foreign, but it still got naturalized. And it kind of makes you feel like really outside of the experience, if that makes sense. Like, straight jacket represents being restrained. That is sexy, no explanation needed. Okay. Ain't nothing straight about this jacket. What do you mean? Come on, you don't know. Western sexualized imagery feels like a caricature of what is sexy. Yeah, it's like it's so devoid of reality of getting to know people to the point where it's like I just know that I probably, if I would have been still submerged in my own culture, and if my culture wouldn't have been so like twisted inside out by capitalism in the last 30 years, I feel like I would have already been hitched, because I would be finding more people that like, because the desire and understanding it would be a little bit more natural to how I operate than the way that it's functioning right now in society. I cannot do dating apps. I cannot do going on dates with strangers. I cannot do, just because I don't really like, I don't, I find it kind of like so strange because I only want to go on a date when I have a crush on someone. Like when I think that like I've seen them around, I like the vibe, you know. I really cannot, I've never used apps because even the thought of being like, especially like, and this might be just me being a lot more mayhaps queer than I think I am or that I thought I was. I don't know. But the thought of like just like random men thinking that it's even an option to think of me as like part of the pool of people that they could date is making me pissed. Like actually pissed me off. This one is simple, restrained, being limbless creature like a maggot. No limbs, lack of agency. Diva. Maya would be one of those people who would write like a really freaky fucking book. There's a lot of movies, etc., that are sexy but not intimate, so it's weird even for people that might think, but might like those things. Exactly. It's the same conversation that I've had about people being pissed at Gen Z for not being as sexual as the previous generation. First of all, that's so weird to be pissed in a generation for that. Second of all, the reason for it, there are two reasons. First of all, this generation is so fucking abused by systemic inequality to the point where, yeah, no shit, like, you have to really get a mammal into a fucking corner for them to not even want kids. Like, some people naturally don't want kids, but on average, it's just one of the things that kind of happens, you know, like people just kind of want it because of biological urges and other things like that. And the fact that people don't have those urges much should tell you something, you know? Like if the ratio is off, then the usual of like wanting, not wanting, and especially like there's like obviously societal changes and stuff like that that also contribute to it, but it wouldn't be so drastic if the new generation wouldn't be this fucking abused by poverty and other things like that. I sense that a lot of these can be explained by simply acknowledging that Maya is a sub. Yeah. Yeah. It's quite literally, yeah, like a creature abhorred by man without limbs. Listen, I know I'm not the only one. Diva, that's so crazy. Wait, Lisa, are you saying that we all would be happier without capitalism? Is it who said that? is this is this shocking? I know that you're joking, but still. Um, I crave. Okay, not Maya, just full on revealing her submission king. Okay, LOL. Um, I thought this was a safe space for my poetic mind. No, I get it. I get it in the sense of like I don't have the same preferences, but I'm getting what you're, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I hate dating apps. Why does everyone want to be so nonchalant like it's an app for dating? Dating apps are just meat markets to me. I've tried and it's depressing. Never again. I don't want randoms to even have access to me, TBH. Exactly. This is exactly what I think of it. Is like I don't want any like just random people who I wouldn't naturally come across because we have the same interests or we are like we gravitate towards the same places and whatever. I don't want them to think that I don't know. Also, just like men, oftentimes just gross me out. So, but that's a me thing. Sorry, decide. Um, anything else? Actually, let's do this because I kind of get it, but I get it just on vibes only. So I want to hear what you're gonna explain it as. Bella, baby, we're busy. Please don't scream. Men and women treat each other like a share pool. What is a share pool? Diva is sub, nothing wrong. Puka, I'm working on a Substack right now, but it's going to be wholesome. Oh, Maya, do you have an arts degree? No, Omar, I'm in STEM, but I have a poet's soul. What kind of STEM? I think more people should embrace queer understandings of sexuality. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, again, there's a lot of like queering, not to be like that, but queering of understandings of sexuality because a lot of straight desire has been put into a category of capitalist desire, which is not the same thing, obviously. And we don't want to equate them because we want a society that is like not driven by this type of shit. You know, regardless of whether you're queer or not, you don't want a society that is driven by capitalist desire or capitalist. Uh, it's like a framework. It's not even economic. It's like this framework of consumption. About mental health, Slay. I think a lot of people feel like this. There's something wrong with how we've strayed from our humanity or whatever. Yeah, there's like I think that there's something about like it's not a means of production, but there's something to the alienation of production, right? That can be applied to the alienation of us as like an experiencer of desire, an experiencer of relationships, if that makes sense. And especially through the dating app or dating market type of deal, the language that people use about it and stuff like that, it just all grosses me out. Uh, um, I met my partner on a dating app, so not all bad, but the amount of people that propositioned me for sex on the first date was like 40%, which was wild. Yeah, it's the thing is, if you found someone on an app, that's great. It's not like the same as it was like, in the early 2000s where it was like taboo, whatever the fuck, like people were kind of like not trying not to say that they met online or whatever. No, like that's not a problem. It's like specifically the fact that this is like the way that people meet now. And the reason why this is happening is because we're so overworked and so busy that we have to um, kind of organize our dating lives in the same way that we organize work. Iron is hot, literally so danger. Okay. Irony, bored, and iron is also about the horror of domesticity. Okay. I was rewatching Waverly's video of you playing Reagan. We should revisit that. We will though. We probably. I think we're gonna stream a lot more together for the summer because she's gonna be off. I found my current girlfriend on an app. I wrote in my bio my final Russian language exam score. Turns up she got the same score thanks to testings, I guess. Slay. What should I call you? Because I feel like Zera is weird to call you. Because I feel like it's like a collection of. Like, is that right? Is that right? I don't know. Smoothing out those wrinkles. Yeah, okay. Maya, why did I think that the iron represents the pressing on of perfection by the capitalist system? I think that capitalist system is not even requiring perfection, it's just requiring submission. Iron hot, board, horizontal, closed represents bodies, an act of caring for someone but risk of burning self. Clothes hide nakedness, hiding shame from man and God. Interesting. I don't quite understand, well, I mean, I understand it conceptually, but I never felt like bodies equate to shame. Someone was like, how would that hide it? Yes, straight desire is basically capitalist marketing. Like, this is how you should look and sound to be admired, and everyone just nods. Yeah. This is more off peak into my soul than hear me out. Omar, I can't lie. I struggle so much because I can't tell what's sexy to me and what's just sexy. Not really related, but does anyone maybe have advice for when you're kind of lost focus on yourself? You kind of lost focus on yourself in a relationship. I think maybe someone in the comments in the chat can help with that because I don't have experience with that. Gonna have to clean up after cats because they are pooping up a storm. Absolutely. Also, like ironing, laying something down, smoothing it out, and doing something to it that transforms it sexy. So when are we telling Maya her caps lock broke a while back? Not just the traditional gender roles, but also how each gender talks about the other, which I guess is an extension of gender roles, lol. I guess so. I think it's yeah, I don't know. There's some it's very restrictive and weird, and there's rules that exist before you even enter a relationship with the opposite gender, opposite in quotations. And I feel like yeah, I'm not even sure if it's even for me, to be honest. I don't think it is for me, to be completely honest. You guys are so funny to get. Love watching you and Beverly. I know. I love spending time with Beverly. She's so fucking funny. Okay. I feel like we've covered most of the. Okay, maybe crash test model is what needs an explanation too. I'm afraid of breaking a tooth on this toast. My assistant said something. Nothing much, just like asking if I'm still alive. I might make a board for my next short movie and test flighting in there. Flighting? One thing about not losing yourself is that your authenticity is not for compartmentalization to offer your partner, but to experience for yourself and sharing yourself with authenticity. Crush test dummy. His whole life is literally about submitting to danger and violence. He's literally built to be sacrificed to progress. Crush test dummy is sacrificial lamb at the altar of progress. Ah, yeah. Okay, makes sense. Huh. Yeah, Maya, you really like danger and violence, huh? And submitting to it. Reminder of mortality is hot. Uh, car crashes are sexy. Diva. Yeah, Bella's got a lot to say. Okay, guys, you know what? The last one. Explain the stapler. And we're moving on to the next topic. I feel like a reminder of mortality is like a punishment, not something sexy. Sounds like she's laughing at Maya's list. You mean me? Me? I'm not laughing at Maya. What the heck? I'm not. Who said that? Stapler is sexy because you have to submit to it and it hurts. It represents office space and how we submit to it to live. Oh my god, I figured out a theme for a PowerPoint night. So there's always second option guy and love triangle, Edward Jacob of it all. My thesis is that liking second life love interest is gay. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, palette cleanser section. Divas palette cleanser section. Let's go. Nicholas Holt specifically in Warm Bodies, or just Nicholas Holt? You probably mean in Warm Bodies, no? Oh, Bella. I was like, me, I'm not. Full on normal things because I had a feeling this would not be very relatable. Please look at it too. Okay. So Nicholas Holt, um, I don't know this guy. I've seen him somewhere. Hugh Dancy? That who he is? Will Graham? Who? Whatever. I don't know. He's cute. I do love me a Skarsgård. He's got something creepy about him, though. This guy, I guess, is it? No, I don't think he's from Succession. I don't know. I haven't seen Succession actually. Just know a few scenes from it because it was like trending and shit. This Ziva, I guess, also from Succession, right? This guy, don't know where he's from, but I'm sensing a theme here. Yeah. I'm sensing a theme here with the guys. Yeah. She was so pretty. Her with her eyebrows here. Her with her eyebrows here. Very expressive. Love it every time. Yet the guys are all like, they all have the same look to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy too has a similar vibe. A lot of nerdy looking guys, okay? Wait, what's lagging? Is Twitch okay? Fuck. Why is it always like this? What the hell? What happened on Twitch? Simone Ashley is so fucking pretty, it's crazy. Young Jeremy Strong. Oh. Bye. By Queen of Hell. Oh, okay. Didn't think it would take so long. Well, let's talk some shit about what happened this week in the world. First and foremost, fuck. Okay. Well, yeah, the explanations were very poetic. I actually enjoyed this. I love that. You thought I would do it at the end? I don't know. I felt like since you have to explain it, I could cook while you explain it. It was fun. We were enjoying teasing. Hope nothing made you feel bad, Maya. Yeah. Don't apologize. This is so fun. We need Lisa doing more pinboard reviews. Exactly. Okay, so first and foremost, while we're still, and also I like feeling bad, so it's okay, Maya. I mean, I'm kind of jealous, because then I would feel so much better in my day-to-day life. Because like, if I ever, when I feel like shit, I would be enjoying it too, but I don't. Which I do often. So I often don't enjoy what's happening. So, first and foremost, I just want to, it's not that interesting, I guess, but I want to say a few things about James Charles. Yeah, not that motherfucker, I know. But I think It's really nice to see like many people who are online and have a lot of people watching them and whatever get like millions, not millions, but like thousands of messages, and it can be. It did it again. Lisa Cyprus sent their version of Shakira on Eurovision. Is it good? Come on now. Is it good? What the hell? What is going on Twitch? Like, why is it not empty coming back after Hear Me Out board ended? My audio is late? Are you sure? Can someone else tell me if the audio is late? I feel like if it is, I don't even know how to fucking fix it, to be honest. That's crazy. Thank you guys for hearing me out. Yay! Not yet, not yet, be right back. Anyways, yeah, see, I keep getting messages from the app that I use to stream that it's like, oh, today's stream, this is what happened. And it's like, okay, what the fuck? Audio is fine for me on Twitch. Yeah, see? Okay. So he like absolutely lost his shit on that woman. I don't know if you saw that clip. I was like, Diva, let me see. God, I fucking hate that guy. He like pisses me off. Okay, so I gotta show you this because it's absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, I'm sure that many of you, some of you maybe, have seen it, but it's like absolutely fucking crazy. Okay. Okay, everyone good? Okay, let's go.
On here from a girl that said,
Shit. What is happening? Why is it double? Jump scare. I know. Where the hell is the double fucking sound coming from, Diva? Oh, is it because of my mic? Is it gonna be okay if I hold it like this?
"Good morning, James. I know
This asshole. I swear to God. Wait.
probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me.
Why are his curls like that? I know. Dude. I know. What the hell is his problem, generally speaking? Screen capture. Damn. I wonder why it's fucking doubling. Oh, is it normal for you? Huh. Is it, guys, is it doubled for you, his voice? Because it's doubled for me and I don't know. Oh, fuck. I know why. It's doubled only for me. Sorry, guys. Anyway.
Struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's the GoFundMe link. Any donations help. I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm gonna send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day, and you're white, pretty, and able-bodied. You're in a much better position than a lot of other people out here who are trying clearly much harder to make a better life for themselves. Why would I fucking help you? Aside from that, 17,000 people lost their jobs at Spirit Airlines. Why do you think you need the GoFundMe? I can at least 1% respect the mentality of closed mouths don't get fed, doesn't hurt to try. But honestly, it does hurt to try because now you pissed me off, okay? I'm not the one. Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. I'm sure the next YouTube video is literally gonna be like, I rehired all 17,000 of the Spirit Airlines employees, and it's gonna be the real life Hunger Games. The last one of them to leave the Spirit Airlines plane gets to be the CEO of the new company and gets a house and a car and $10 million that everybody else dies. Go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I can at least understand
You guys are
if
right.
you
We're
were
gonna
like,
talk
James,
about
I'm a
it right
longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? What are we gonna do? Nothing! I'm gonna do nothing. You know what you need to do? Go find a fucking new one, girl. Put some effort into the workplace.
Oh my God, he's probably so loud on your end. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't realize that it was turned up so much. But yeah, so first of all, you guys are right with all of your comments and whatever. But second of all, I mean, the thing is, James Charles, I've been ignoring him for years at this point, for real. Because, I mean, yeah, I've been ignoring him for a really long time because he's kind of disappeared in my eyes right away when there was I believe there was some kind of racial shit that happened a long time ago in the beginning of his career somewhere where I was like, okay, ew, and I kind of moved on with that. Because the thing is, Americans love to say shit well, we all had a racist past, or we all went through insensitive to race period or whatever the fuck. Well, no, we haven't. So I'm just gonna move along. I think I don't find it relatable at all. Sorry to say. So I think that I mean, I've never liked his content, even when he was really popular, and it was before his big cancellations and everything. But it's just after the first time it came out that he was DMing underage boy or boys or whatever the fuck, when it was the first time, at least because of the way that it was handled and how he was talking about it, that, oh, I didn't know, and other things like that, it kind of, and he was still quite young. I believe that he was probably 20 or something like that. So he was closer to the age that he was messaging. It kind of slipped through the cracks with people, I think. Definitely he got backlash, but it wasn't anything career ruining, you know what I mean? Lisa, I think my replies are getting flagged for no reason. Actually, maybe it's, you know what, guys, check if your chat is set to latest messages. That might be why. Because sometimes it's just if it's set to top, it cuts out a lot of messages. Anyway, or maybe if you're asking something that's off topic, some people can't keep up with both topics or something like that. That could also be a thing. I don't know what we were talking about there. When he literally admitted he is going for youngest he could possibly go. Yeah, I know. But that's again the reason why it all slipped under the radar or like slipped through the cracks is because he was still like 20 or 21 or something like that. I think that that was the biggest reason why people didn't jump on it as much. Even though they did, there was still people who were like holding him accountable for this, obviously, but it definitely slipped through the cracks. But then it kept on happening. Didn't it happen at least 3 more times after that? Hi, Linus. Um, those who are unemployed to pay their bills while looking for another job, even if you get another benefits, have a wait. I can remember a family friend having to wait over a year for health benefits. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when he's talking about, like, oh, you're so entitled, yada, yada, bringing in the fact that she's like white, able bodied, and pretty or something like that, and being like, oh, um, that's why, like, you're in a better position than many people. And this is, again, this is one of those things that culturally speaking has been used against the like capitalist countries populations, the proletariat in those countries. This idea of you having to be grateful for what you have, and specifically when it comes to your like to comes when it comes to identity politics, you have to be grateful for example, like, you know, being white. So you are automatically on a higher footing, and that's why you shouldn't ask for help or think that your situation is bad. And that's actually what's making the population so like impotent to actually create change, because someone who looks like me can have the same issues in terms of economically speaking as someone who looks nothing like me, and we could band together and actually fix the issues that are causing this problems for the both of us. But the capitalist class, people like James too, they benefit from this myth, from this like from thinking that, or from presenting this idea that that we are somehow adversaries just because this system is racist and it's like placed us at different points, as if like we chose to be in those positions and whatever, right? Because the thing is, you could acknowledge it. I don't know why Bella being so loud right now. um I will never forget him asking a 14-year-old to show his happy trail jail. Oh my god, yeah. No, don't even remind me. Bella, what the hell, Loca? What's going on? Anyway, hi, first time typing in chat. Oh, hi. Dude, maybe if I hold it in my direction, it's gonna like pick up her screaming less. Anyway, I'm also annoyed because I block lots of celebrities and somehow TikTok unblocked them for me when I don't wanted anyone have the same thing. Yeah, I also found myself being subscribed to people I've never subscribed to, or like following people I never followed. Now I don't work there, but a job at something like airlines, it's not easy to replace that overnight, especially because it's a huge source of income. The main for majority of the airline flight industry. Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's like a whole ass airline closed, right? What does that mean, right? There's literally a reason as to why that happened, isn't there? The economy is shit, and the fact that again, we actually talked about it with Bysiston in the podcast episode that I'm gonna edit and post soon. We genuinely were like because my sister was dealing with a photographer that lives in like North Van in a mansion and other things like that. And for us, especially for me, because I don't work with fashion people that often, it's always so jarring to meet people in this industry because like they're all kind of from really rich families and other things like that. And it is such a okay, I'm glad that it's not like pissing anybody off. Because I mean, I don't mind her singing. It's just I don't want you guys to be annoyed or anything. Um, but yeah, so and we have like such a weird experience here whenever we have to deal with people like that because they genuinely live in a like they act as if they live in a different dimension. Technically, they're supposed to be in the same dimension as us. They are in the same dimension as us, and this is why it's so frustrating dealing with them because they're just such shitty people. Like even if you are super rich, if you have even like an ounce of fucking empathy and you go from even your fucking expensive ass car to an expensive ass um restaurant somewhere downtown in Vancouver, even going from just your car to that restaurant would give you an idea that something is going wrong. You know what I mean? Like if you just look around, you're just going around, like not even like it's 2 minutes, for example, just 2 minutes outside downtown would give you an idea that something is going on. Do you know what I mean? Like that there's something, um, something's off, economically speaking. Even just that would give you an idea. And yet they're so unempathetic. They're so fucking crazy. Genuinely, I don't know if I even see people like that as people, to be honest. Just being this I, dude, I don't think I even know how to understand them in any way, in any shape or form. They like disgust me on another level to the point where I'm like, genuinely, how are you in the same life, in the same existence as the rest of us? Like, how do you not notice this? Or if you do notice this, maybe shut the fuck up and like hide in a hole somewhere so we don't see you. Like, seriously. The fact that he called her privileged while being rich white man is funny to me. I know. Pink cinnamon roll. Yeah. When I've said don't recommend channel or not interested, they or their vids still pop up on my feed. Yeah. Same thing. Um, any excuse to let loose with misogyny, they'll take it. I know. Um, and I'm sure that the lady will get a new job, but after a huge amount of money goes for some time, she needs a side source as a placeholder for like whatever time it takes to get a new job. The thing is, he could have even ignored the message, right? Because again, when you have a big audience, you do get a lot of messages, right? So like sometimes you can't even keep up with all of them. But getting this pissed off about this and being like, just go get a job. It's like, bitch, do you understand that the unemployment rate for people in their 20s right now is at like 25 or 28%? Do you understand? Just simply, do you fucking understand what that means statistically speaking? This dumbass bitch, he's like so stupid, genuinely. It's impossible to explain to people like this the reality of things because they think that their anecdotes, like their personal experience, is a reflection of the world, as if statistics don't exist, as if other people don't have different lives, as if you can't look at the median income in the country and see how different it is to yours and just fucking imagine what it would be like living with that money. Anyways, um he really thought he did something with the white, pretty, and able-bodied line, same energy as the Kelly Osbourne line. Exactly, because that's the thing. Like, I think, um, I think James thought that he was covering his ass with that, because that's how you can cover your ass most of the time, right? You can just go, well, you can say the most fucked up shit imaginable, and then just kind of go, well, Actually, maybe I should make myself a little bit quieter. What do you think? Is it like a bit too loud? Part of their humanity is broken on purpose. That's the system working by design, separating rich people from empathy and community. Exactly. TBH, my rich person dream would be to finance as much art and science as possible. Why awful people are the ones with the money? Because you have to be an awful person to be successful in this system. And successful, obviously, there are different definitions of success. There are different types of success. Sometimes you can even become successful by accident. But it's like it's just one of those things where I think it's kind of like this system, the system that we live in is basically um, what I call a a water bathroom system kind of thing, where the shit will always float to the top without any effort, and will always end up at the top because that's the way we set it up. That there's nothing we can like. Why are we surprised if scamming, creating businesses that are just like basically out of air, occupying jobs that are fake jobs, that are jobs that we just came up with so we can pay ourselves and pretend like we're doing work or whatever. If those jobs are the ones making the most money and stuff like that, what are we expecting? Is she talking to me? Is that what it is? Because she's not that loud when I'm like just playing videos or something like that. I think that she's like responding to me. Oh, catching a kitten. Um, um, yeah, they have like psychopaths and rich people have the same looking functioning brains. Yeah. Oh no, you can joke. It's not too like serious. It's not too serious. It's okay. Um, New quirky gif. It's just her picture because people are saying that they have a hard time watching with like a gif constantly playing on loop. This bird diva. The fact that I heard a person saying homeless people chose to live like that in college today. Pedagogy major, by the way, we're supposed to have empathy. I want to die, I swear. That's the thing, okay? So when I moved to Canada, this is what was quite literally told to me verbatim, right? So I moved, I thought before, I first of all didn't really see a lot of homeless people because there were not that many homeless people in Russia back then because it was only like 20 years after Soviet Union or like less than like 15 years after Soviet Union. So people still had homes and the new generation was not as like in as much of a shithole as they are now. Now we're like obviously struggling. Um, but is Bella trying to sing with you? I think so. Um, but point being, when I moved here, what was told to me in school and outside of school by adults, okay, they were like, yeah, there's a lot of homeless people, but they choose to live like this because we actually have systems in place. Like that's was what was told to me verbatim by adults. Okay, They were like, yeah, they just choose to live like this. We have systems in place to even help, whatever. And I was like, I remember being like, it seems like some of them are addicts, right? Or at least like maybe sick. And their response to that was, well, we have a system in place for that too, to like help them get back on their feet. They just don't take the help. Okay. This is what was told to me. So one time I was in class and this guy was like, we were talking about something and this topic came up. And I was like, well, that's what I was told, that we have like systems in place, right? And they just like don't take the help. That guy, understandably, um, kind of like was like, what the fuck? Why would you say that, right? So after that, I was like, well, fuck. Now I'm confused. Do we have this system or not? Yeah, we're talking about the Alberta government, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, maybe like I was like trying to look into it and stuff like that, right? But the thing is, that guy could have, sure, that guy could have just told me that day that that's just like not true and whatever, and he would have changed my mind because I just believed the adults that I ran into when I moved, right? So before, I was not like didn't have a lot of like homeless people, like people live like this here all the time. This is something that capitalist system just like produces at an insane amount, right? So he definitely could have just like told me that, but it's also not his job to like tell me about it and whatever. But I was kind of like consistently told this shit. When I would question it, they would consistently find ways of like swatting it away, kind of, like for example, I like my like a couple of adults that I was talking to were like telling me about how um there's like farmers or like people who like work, they said farmers mostly, would like pick up people from the city. There's like a specific spot where homeless people or people who are struggling would come to, so they could get picked up by someone in a truck and like go work, and they would like pay them or whatever the fuck, right? And they told it to me with a tone as if it's like a good thing, which we were passing by them, by people standing in line, and they looked like, they were really battered by life in general. So I was like, what the hell is going on? Because it didn't look right. Like it didn't, I was kind of like, these people don't look like they're having a good time. Do you know what I mean? And then the response that I got to me being like, what's going on here, is that like, oh, it's such a good thing. These farmers, they're giving them jobs. And I was like, but they just like pick them up on the side of the road. Who, like, I don't know if this is gonna lead to anything good. Like this is kind of like a very creepy way of doing this, I feel like. So I was kind of just like confused by that. And I didn't really like what I was seeing. But again, I was told not to think about it and that it's actually a great thing and that you just don't get it, Lisa. You just don't get it. You're just a child. You just don't get it, right? So this was the conversation. I wish that guy who already knew about this shit, because I think that he was probably from like a leftist family or something like that. I wish he would have told me immediately, yeah, no, Canada doesn't have a system that actually does help people when they're in this situation. They will tell you that we do, but we don't, because that system is literally rigged against them anyway. I wish he told me that. He didn't, but I did figure it out eventually, even though I kept on running into the same shit where anytime I was questioning it, I was like, well, like they have cell phones, but they don't have a home. Um, like there's like a really weird, like that's a little strange that um this is going on, right? It's a little strange that, for example, they can't get like I would try to get a job, for example, and I was like, wow, like I have to go get like a new pair of shoes, or like look very very presentable for a job that's considered to be like really low um on the hierarchy of jobs or whatever the fuck in this made up system. um and I would genuinely be like, okay, so how would this homeless person get a job if they can't even fucking make sure that they like like showered and like have like good shoes so they don't get clocked for being poor, whatever the fuck, by the employer, because you have to look as if you're not poor even when you're getting jobs at McDonald's and stuff like that. And I was just like confused about all of those things, and it only made sense to me when I moved to Vancouver and actually started to like be in the art sphere more and learned about um Granville Street and the way that a lot of these situations, like for example, they genuinely like the system in place that helps people kick addiction and get back on their feet. You know what that system is? In Vancouver, they give you 1 day to get over, like in the hospital, to kick your addiction. 1 day in a hospital, you're supposed to kick your addiction. 1 day. And then the general public doesn't know these things. The general public is just like usually just they don't dig because they don't have time to be digging into every single thing this deeply, and they just trust when someone tells them, well, we have a thing, we have a system in place, and we have to just like we're supposed to just believe it, right? So like obviously, yeah, 1 day, dude, literally 1 day. They'd be like, here, have a job when you don't have a bed to sleep in. Exactly. And like when I found out how many people are employed, how many people on Granville Street that live on the streets are employed, I was like, oh, this is bad. Like they're employed, they're working, and they still can't fucking afford a bed. That's crazy. Don't get me started on getting rid of the safe drug administration sites. I know. I was watching an intellectual YouTuber video about food in the 70s USA, and she said that instead of giving black people land and reparations, they gave out business loans. What That line hit hard. Exactly. That's the thing. So they are like expecting it to fail, right? They're basically just kind of like the system is, we're going to tell that we have a system in place. The system in place is not made to actually do anything because we don't want to pay that much money. Because kicking an addiction would be actually like a full on medical treatment. Like it would be a lot of money to compare to 1 day at a hospital just so they don't like die from, I guess, withdrawals. But you wouldn't even have all the withdrawals gone by the time you're out of the hospital in 1 day. 1 day. I literally know like it changed my mind so much because I saw a video of one of the activists who worked on Granville Street. He made a video talking about this, and he was like, this is what they expect these people to kick the addiction with, and what they tell us is the system in place. Okay? Yeah, no, it's absolutely bullshit. That's why, like, basically, this is why someone might be telling you this, that oh, it's people, like people want to live like this or whatever, is because for some reason it's like a pervasive thing that a lot of people in positions of authority, people who are adults, and they tell that they completely like they consistently fight kids on this, because I was fought on this the entire time I was in high school, even though I believed what they were saying, that there's a system in place. I still had so many questions, and every time I would ask a question that was just like logically just doesn't make sense, that you're saying that this is working, they would just like their way of going about this is just basically being like, you're just a child, you don't get it, but like let me tell you. And because they are telling you this in a friendly tone, in a tone that's kind of supposed to make you feel like they know what they're talking about too, you know, you believe them because you're also a fucking child and also don't know how anything works. But also this information sometimes isn't even available, because unless you work as a social worker, you don't know how many days they give people to do whatever. You don't know how much exactly. You don't know how much exactly they are allowing you to make, because there's like also so many like different types of limits. Like for example, if you are disabled, you can't make over a certain amount a month without losing your disability paychecks. And the disability paychecks are so little that you kind of have to be making quite a bit of money outside of this to actually survive. But then if you do make that money to actually survive, they will take away your paycheck. So there's a lot of things like that. It's just you don't know this shit unless a social worker who actually sees the numbers, sees this stuff, because it's not publicly available oftentimes. Oftentimes it's not something that you can find. Like some of it you can, but most of it you can't. Anytime anybody tried to tell me some people choose to live like this, I'm just like, girl, we all deserve to have basic needs met. Yeah, but you know what they say to that? Because I was like, yeah, like who the fuck would want to live on the streets, right? And they're like, well, Lisa, you just don't get it. It's like a whole subculture. Like they just like love it. They do their own thing. There's this, that, and the third, and you're just being like very ignorant, and you're just like you just don't. You're just so judgmental. That's what I heard. People genuinely believe that people with addictions deserve awful things and don't deserve anyone's help because they got themselves into it and it's scary. Yeah, that's why it needs to be discussed more. I had terrible mental episode last year. I called an ambulance. Thank God it's free here. Yet they suggested me to be placed in mental institution miles away with no car. I basically submitted myself. Did it help at all? It's like condescending to BH because our questions and criticisms are valid. Yeah. It feels like an excuse to say, well, if you can't do it, then you must not want to get better, like rubbing it in their face and saying cruelty. Yeah, exactly. Even psychological research suggests having medical and psychological intervention is necessary for people with drug dependency because people have died trying to detox in a non-medical area. Exactly, because like when you're detoxing, it's very, very dangerous. With some drugs, just stopping the drug would kill you. So it's like it's a complicated issue, and one day is not enough to even detox. Hello? Uh so I fly away home for a month. If I stayed, I guess I would lost in that I would have been lost in that institution. Hmm. Not them calling you ignorant for questioning why homelessness exists. Yeah, I mean like they were kind of like you just don't get it, and like it's just you have this like mentality from a dictatorship. um yeah, but because I went home, my uni is trying to kick my ass 1 year away from my degree. Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, see, like it's just one of those things where yeah, okay. So I moved to Bolivia at some point for a few years, and my ex-partner was trying to convince me that it's people's fault that they are homeless. Most of them were literal children and teens. And like that's the thing. There are some people who genuinely believe in this bullshit. Like billionaires and stuff like that. They genuinely believe in that type of crap. But then there's also people who are told shit like this, like how I was when I moved, and especially because it was a different country, and I was told the same thing by so many different adults in different positions. It wasn't just like my teacher, like one teacher. It was multiple. It wasn't just my teachers, it was my friends' parents who were saying the same thing. Um, it was just like a random adults that I was meeting and stuff like that. And obviously, since it's a completely different country and everything is functioning differently and stuff like that. And also, I did not understand politics at that point. To me, it was like, well, maybe I don't understand it. Okay. So, anyway, it's the same mentality some people have about them having suffered through life. So, everyone has to, like, you don't want people to have a better life. Yeah, but it's also just like this. I think, again, there are so many myths that are there that were quite literally embedded in the culture to the point where it's really hard to fight against it. Like one time I had a uh, roommate who was also a friend of mine, and she's a nice girl. She's not like there's nothing wrong with her. It's not like she doesn't have any empathy and stuff like that. But once we were talking, and I was like talking about something. I think I said that it would have been really easy to solve hunger in the world because like it doesn't even require that much money, and it has been calculated how much we would need to actually create a sustainable system that would eliminate hunger. And the scientists that worked together to calculate it did it because Elon Musk was like, if you guys figure it out, I'll pay for it. And then he didn't. It was like a whole thing, right? And she went, well, Lisa, of course we can't feed everyone. Like there's not enough resources for everyone. It's kind of like just like a thing. And I was like, oh my God, you have never sounded more American than right now. Because she was an American. And I was like, Diva, you have never sounded more fucking American than right in this moment. And I was like, listen, let's like we'll get home and I'll show you the numbers. The hard, cold truth, okay? Just the numbers of how many tons of food gets thrown out because capitalists don't want people to get this shit for free when it didn't sell out in their, for example, stores and stuff. And when we came and like I showed her this, she was like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "Yeah." And the thing is, she just believed this because this has been said to her in multiple places at the same time. It's kind of like people consistently bringing up countries that actually have better systems in place of like taking care of their own citizens and whatever. How like oftentimes when you talk to them, to like Westerners, they bring those countries up as like an example of being under surveillance or under a fascist state, when in reality they are living under a fascist state. You know, like, and they don't even see the issue there. It's because they don't actually know much about the true situation. And the reason why they don't know it is because it's been purposefully embedded into their culture, into things that they absorb, like kind of like passively. So, for example, most of this information about like, oh, we don't have enough food for everyone, you kind of have to like, you have to earn a living, other things like that. Um, Other beliefs of similar nature, like for example the fact that homeless people just have this subculture and like they just live like this on purpose. It's because it's not just one person repeating it, you know. And it's oftentimes not even because they're being like malicious and they are willing to believe anything or whatever, but because this comes from multiple sources. So for example, they are growing up, their parents are repeating this shit that they heard somewhere else, right? Then they go to school, and in school someone says this. Their peers are kind of just like talking about it as if it's like a known fact. They don't even talk about it as something that they heard about, whatever. They just go like, actually, like this is just a fact. Everybody knows this. You know what I mean? Then the teachers say the same thing and they frame it as a fact as well. Then they go home, they watch a TV show. It's kind of like similar to how oftentimes like this acceptance of IDF and stuff like that is also embedded into our culture. It's through people being like, yeah, like it's just like my brother's going to to Tel Aviv to like serve in the IDF or whatever for a year, and then he's gonna be back. And they just kind of like offhandedly mention it, but because they mention it as such a normal thing, it becomes part of our culture. It becomes part of what is embedded into it at a very, very, very deep level, to the point where it's just passive information that's told to you in the same tone as things like the earth is round. This is the tone that it's being used, not used, but this is the tone that it's being presented to you as, or to you in. So you kind of just passively absorb this information over and over and over again. That's why people consistently bring up, um, like, for example, whenever they try to say something, like they're like, oh, like Palantir is doing this and that, and they're like surveillance, whatever. They start bringing up China, and it's like, Diva, China has nothing on Palantir. China, like they take the most American thing happening in America, for example, and they go, "What are we, a bunch of Asians?" That's the way. But the reason why they're saying it is because they keep absorbing this information that the most extreme, um, like totalitarian regimes and whatever, they're always like this country or this country or this country. And it's said as a fact in so many TV shows, in so many movies, in so many books, in so many articles by so many people of different um, educational backgrounds and stuff like that. Your parents of your friends, other things like that. It just becomes a thing that everyone believes in without it actually being substantiated by anything. So it's kind of the same reason why some people would quite literally be like, yeah, well, of course they just choose to live on the streets. And it's like, well, no, like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense logically speaking, right? Like logically speaking, why would anybody want to live on the street? You could have been like, you could say like, oh, at least you can understand if someone is like traveling and they're like always in the mountains, and this is like living for them, like living in the tent somewhere, whatever. But if they're in the city and they live in a tent, and that tent consistently gets taken away and they have to start from zero, and you can see that they are sick as shit and they are clearly struggling, logically speaking, why the fuck would they choose to be in this situation, right? But that's the thing, that when it's so pervasive, when it's consistently shown as just the truth of the matter, you will absorb this information that way. That's why I think that honestly, the most effective way of spreading information is through passive information that is presented as fact in entertainment, to be honest. Um, like, you only get a job as a social worker if you are friends with all the politicians. Really? In my country, the job of social worker is only for those who flatter the government and are willing to lie. Oh, holy fuck. If a lot of people, a lot of cases, family or friends, tells you something that sounds like cold hard facts, you won't question it or might not seek real answers, because why would they lie? Exactly. Especially when it's from so many different sources, right? Um, that's what gets me. You hear the same lines that don't make sense from so many different people that should know better. I don't understand. Have they not thought about it? They can't all be like this. Um, I know. I kind of have like, honestly, I'm still pissed at like all those adults who said those things, because now I'm like, okay, I'm still not the age that they were back then. I'm like probably still 15 to 20 years younger than they were when they were saying this stupid shit to me. And I figured things out about 10 years ago. Like, you were like a good 30 years older than the age that I was when I figured out that this is all bullshit. Like, they're straight up lying to us. They're straight up just like don't want to spend the money and stuff like that. And they're just using us because they want a layer of the population to be just like a slave class. And like, I'm so pissed at them because I'm like, I'm still not the same age as you were back then, and you were saying this bullshit because you just didn't think about it. Like, clearly it's not in your class interest. Clearly it's not in your personal interest to be saying this shit. Anyway, I live in Sweden and people online love using the Nordic as examples like that. The other side also loves using us as the opposite way, where they idealize the system and completely ignore the many problems it has just because they are different than the super fascist ones in their own country. I mean, yeah, but also that's the thing with the Sweden, not Sweden, the Nordic model. The issue with Nordic model is that it's the exact same model as any other capitalist model, except they actually understand that they have to keep their own population happy in order to not have revolts and in order to not have people fighting the system from the inside the empire, or imperial core, right? Because all the Nordic countries have extracted a lot of resources from Africa, for example, right? And from other places. This is the way that they can afford to have a lot of things that they have. And sure, they exported the fascism, but at one point or another, this constant stealing is not going to be enough, just the same way as it isn't enough with America. It's just like American billionaires got a lot cockier than the Nordic ones. They don't care that their own people will kick them to the curb if they're not happy, because that's the thing. Americans were not doing anything but defending their empire as long as they were fed to a certain degree, right? As long as they were getting their like breads and circuses at equal intervals, they were more or less satisfied and they weren't trying to fight their own government. But now that the people are not satisfied themselves, they start looking in and looking at how they actually run things, and they're like, oh shit, oh fuck, we don't have a sustainable system. We just literally exploit other people. And sometimes those people who are getting exploited say, that's enough actually. So you kind of like in a situation where you either have to turn up the heat on those people that you are stealing shit from, or you have to make a bigger portion of your own population into a slave class. What are we, a bunch of Asians? Is insane. I know they keep saying that. Like, what are we, North Korea? And it's like, well, North Korea actually has free healthcare. North Korea actually has housing, free housing. They actually have, like, they do everything they can to actually provide people in their country with what they need, even though they literally are attacked constantly by the entirety of the Western world, which is every single like big country that steals shit from everybody else, which is like insane to it's insane. It's insanely hard to withstand that kind of aggression at all times. And they still manage to give everyone like help and stuff like that, right? Yet, yet every time someone in the West talks about how like their government is fascist towards them in their country now, they keep on talking about how like how dare they like what are we, a bunch of North Koreans? And it's like, well, no, bitch, you wish your government actually gave you free healthcare. They think you're being insane for even suggesting it, and they want to criminalize you for even asking it for it. I mean, Megan, it reminds me of when my mom worked in retail and the company used to sell surplus stock for a lower price, but then they stopped doing it entirely because people got greedy allegedly. Well, you know what this reminds me of actually? When I worked in Winners, I don't know if you know, it's like TJ Maxx kind of type of deal when I was in second year of university or some shit. Um, they made us cut up the shoes that we were gonna throw away, like those that didn't sell or something. They literally made us like cut them up so they are unusable because they didn't want homeless people to get into the I guess trash and like dig them out and wear them, they wouldn't even leave it as is in the garbage bags. They made us cut it up. And if we didn't, they would take it out of our paycheck, like the cost of the shoes. There's a difference, stark difference between being nomadic and being homeless. Exactly. My sociology 101 teacher made a point to really implore everyone to interact with homeless people, to just like acknowledge and not pretend they aren't there. I always try to stop and chat. It's, yeah, I actually had a really good sociology. I had a really good sociology teacher in my high school in Calgary. Thank God for him, because my other sociology and social studies teachers were absolute freaks. It's empowering, motivates me to start producing gay cartoons about normalization via passive consumption. Exactly. I worked at a thrift store for years, and they locked up the donation center at night and had surveillance to keep people from stealing their precious garbage. Exactly. And it's like, it's the same thing as like Value Village. I don't know, you guys, if you're like, how many of you in the chat are Canadian? I don't know if Value Village is like owned by the same people in America or whatever. I don't know. It's a thrift store for those of you who are European and stuff. And so Value Village now, they sell everything for so much money, dude. We walked in, the light died. Um, I hope that's okay that the light died. But anyway, so if it's not, if it's like too dark, let me know. I'll put it on a charger and turn it on again. But basically, it was like, it was so weird. Me and my assistant went in and we found this vase. And again, the entirety of Value Village, the entirety of Value Village is donated shit. People just come in and donate it. No one buys it from them. Value Village doesn't pay them shit, okay? So, quite literally, everything they sell is 100% profit, okay? And basically, we walked in, we found this vase, and we were like, okay, Slay, like, let's buy it or whatever, because my sister wanted it. And then it was already like seven, like the sticker, I think that probably someone switched the stickers or something like that. It basically was like kind of a little bit of a like you could see that it was like handled, like maybe like taken off and put somewhere, whatever. But basically the sticker said $7. We were like, okay, I guess. Like, it's still expensive for Value Village. Bitch, this is secondhand shit. Like, you can't just make people pay as if it's like new, especially when you get all of your stock for free. That's genuinely insane, you know? This amount of greed is just absolutely ridiculous. In any case, so um we wait, actually, yeah, I think that the light is just like, I don't know where the fucking charger is. Anyway, so we buy this, we come up and we like try to like scan everything. So we're scanning whatever we're buying. And this girl who's working there, she's like standing in between all of those like four stations, you know, where you're like do self scanning and whatever. I don't think that they have any more regular, what are they called? Fucking not purchasing lines, bitch. Whatever the fuck it's called, where it's like with a cash register and everything, right? So basically, um, wait. I'm like so behind. Crave. Usually, people say that, yeah, like oh, it's like better to give them food or whatever the fuck. Honestly, just give them money. Even if people go and get fucking alcohol or they get drugs or whatever, just look at our, like, if you're a kid, for example, just look at your parents. Do they go through life raw dogging it? Are they doing it without, oh, bye, Omar. Are they doing it without any alcohol or drugs? Probably not. And they have a home and a shower, a hot shower waiting for them at the end of the day, and they have a whole ass family, and they have friends and a routine that supports them, medication that they can afford, etc., etc. If you can't raw dog it, if you're an adult and you are having drinks ever, doing like any drugs ever, and you live in a house, you have a job or things like that, and you still have to do it. Yeah, bitch, you're not raw dogging it. Why are you expecting them to do it? In any case, um, so yeah, so we went to, so we are buying and scanning, and this girl is standing there between those fucking four stations, and she sees that we're like scan the vase, and she's like, wait. She comes up, she's like, wait, don't scan this yet. I'm gonna go and like check or whatever. So she goes away, and I guess the price wasn't right on that object. But again, diva, you get paid minimum wage in a city where minimum wage is like $7 below living wage. What are you doing? Oh my god, I got scared. What are you doing? Why the hell? Why on the fuck of the earth? Genuinely. Why would you be standing there watching people who are buying this shit and like making sure that they pay the maximum amount possible? Like, sure, okay. Like, she went back and she came back with a new sticker, $19. $19 for a vase from a secondhand store? Some of it is even like not in good condition at all. Like, a lot of this shit is not in good condition. And they're asking for this amount of money as if they're like a vintage store that sources specific things or something like that. It's insanity. And vintage stores have to buy the shit that they get usually. Not always, but usually. Even if it's for a little bit of money, they still have to buy it. Value Village gets all of their stock for free. It's 100% profit for this company. And they're asking for that much money. It's so bad. It's genuinely so disgusting. And then yeah, my sister was so fucking pissed off about this girl. She was like, well, $7 was already a lot for that. And somehow this girl clocked just by like, I guess like she just like, knows what the prices should be roughly. And she went and did this. It's not like she was the one scanning it so she would get in trouble. So going out of your way to be a class trader, diva, for the love of fuck, acting like savers would ever go out of business from theft when they operate on the most insane profit margins. Safe to say, I stole so much from that place, LMAO, and resold for cheap, cheap. Exactly. No, dude, seriously. Because the thing is, what do you mean a dinky ass shirt that's been worn out that you got for free? What do you mean you're selling it for $7? It's nuts. Yeah, same. Yeah. Should I call you Melita? Mel? You are getting rid of these shoes anyway. Why would you waste the material and labor of people who made them like this? Yeah. I mean, first of all, it's a waste of the material. Second of all, it's a waste of labor that was already put into it. Third of all, you're throwing it out. You're literally getting rid of it. You don't give a shit. And this is the thing. This is how greedy and sick these people are. They would much rather make people that they employ fuck up the shoes so bad that they can't be worn anymore than donate them. Anyway, I know it's so shitty, and the big fashion brands will have people go into charity shops and ruin their products, like cutting them up and everything. See, every day they come up with new dickheadery, like every day. This is why I really love fake luxury goods, like seeing them in the wild, because they're making it um, less prestigious. They're ruining and they're ruining it for those companies, and especially because um, when they make really, like, for example, the company in China who produces like a Chanel bag, when they start producing on like another floor of the same factory counterfeit Chanel bags, I fucking love that, because they will be able to even sometimes put in a different like thread or something like that, so it's even better quality. And then Chanel bags like have to kind of take the L for the fact that they have shitty quality, because it's like, well, yeah, you didn't pay for the better quality. The counterfeit is going to be better quality. That's on you, diva, because you are a greedy piece of shit. What else am I supposed to say? You know, um, absolutely fuck savers made so much money off their asses. That's how I got through college. LOL. Exactly. Any store that gets their stock for free and then invests so much in security and makes people change without change rooms. Electric chair, Value Village. Exactly. Oh, okay. Value Village and savers are the same thing. Okay, got it. Um, I still have to remind people they switched to being a for-profit company. Yeah, the reason why I still go is because I can find actual silk and well-made garments, because the production of just regular clothes have gotten so bad, even by the same companies, like for example BB from like, or Bebe, I don't know how to pronounce it honestly. um, the clothes that they've made back in the day, such good quality, and they used actual silk and everything. So if you find it from that time, you can actually like find really great garments. And now you go to places that sell shit for really like high prices. It's supposed to be good quality. You buy it and you're like, holy fuck, I would have gotten this quality at H&M 10 years ago. That's how bad it is. The whole keeping more of the population happy thing is actually crazy. I study spatial planning, and it's a law here that if you're going to build a new area in the city, the citizens have to be able to give their feedback. I've gone to few meetings as a part of uni, and it's such performative democracy, but it makes people feel like they have a voice when nothing they say will actually affect the plans. Yeah. Also, I don't know if anyone will find this funny, but Unicorn of War did a video on Kingdom Hearts 2, and they talked about a whole bunch of other VAs, but didn't mention that Diaz or Ansem the Wise was voiced by fucking Christopher Lee. I don't know who those people are. I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, to be honest. Um, Yeah, libraries are a treasure. I agree. I yesterday I returned a book for my friend because again she's out of the country, and they had like an automatic thing. You like come up to this window, and whenever there's like a green light, you just like put your book in and it like slides in and it just automatically scans it and everything. I fucking love it. Value Village is an excellent example of building up with and for community, then pivoting to exploiting community on the wave of previous goodwill. Exactly. And also, I fucking hate looking at the stuff that they say. Like, I saw a video of this, like, CEOs of Value Village talking or something. I think I was gonna make a video on Value Village and how, like, the prices changed and whatever. Maybe I should make that video, like, do history of, like, um, companies like that. If any of you still work in places like TJ Maxx and whatever, maybe I should like get some current inside info on what kind of absolutely unhinged bullshit they do to be greedy little fucks and like expose it to people because it genuinely puts such a bad taste in your mouth. You stop fucking like dealing with them. You know what I mean? Anyway, I personally was buying food to homeless kids because I was told that their parents take their money and they end up hungry anyway. Now I'm not sure if it's true or not. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, okay, you get them food. Food also can be taken away, right? So it doesn't really matter, I think. Um, whatever they like ask for. One time I got when I was in Vancouver. Well, I mean, I am in Vancouver right now, but you know what I mean. Like when I was in university, I gave my last $6 to this guy. Okay, because I was like, I have rice and beans. I can survive for like 6 days until um, I get a bit more money here or there or whatever. Um, so I gave him my last $6. By the way, dumbass shit to do because it's like, Diva, you have $6 for a week to stretch for a week. Like, think a little. Hello? But me at 20 years old, like, I would like literally, Diva. Sometimes I don't think, and like, I would literally give away my last shirt and then be like, fuck, well, that was my last shirt. Like, that was such a dumb thing to do. And I genuinely, you know what? If any of you have read Crime and Punishment, when Raskolnikov like leaves his last money for this like really poor family, and he's like, I don't have money for food. Why did I leave it for them? Or like on their like windowsill or whatever the fuck. Like I'm so dumb. That's me. That's me. Quite literally. Like doing the dumbest shit imaginable like that. Anyway, I try not to because it's also like you're kind of getting people who are your loved ones into a situation, right? Because they're going to have to be carrying that burden now because they're not going to leave you alone to fucking starve. But anyway, so I gave him that $6 and then he just like screamed at me. He was like calling me bitch and everything, like being like, what? Like, as if basically talking about how like what I can't give him more. And I'm like, I lost it. I was like, bitch, this is my last money, you little fucker. Like we had like this whole screaming match in the middle of the street. And I was like, dude, you're a little asshole. But I don't know if he was even like in the right mind, honestly, at that point. Anyway, um, it reminds me of an online comment where someone gave money to a homeless person and someone said something negative. The original poster replied saying they hope the homeless person has a great time. I know. They hired disabled and people who struggling with addictions, lump them all together, and justify paying them scarily low wages because if they give them money, then they'll just spend it on mentality. Are they allowed to change the price like that in Europe? Is the sticker price even if it's wrong? They have to give it to you unless they see you change it. Um, I don't know. She just did it. She just did it. I don't know. I don't know, dude. One of my favorite things to do used to be replacing stickers on overpriced items at thrift stores. Like, you got this for free. I'm not paying more than I would for a new one. Exactly, dude. Sometimes they put makeup. And by the way, selling makeup at a thrift store, insane, genuinely crazy, weird. But regardless, I always come like pass by it because I want to take pictures of the most diabolical pricing. There was like a lotion half used, by the way, absolutely disgusting. This lotion is really cheap too. I think that the new one is like $4. They're selling they're or like maybe like 2.75 or $3 and they're selling it for 4.75. Diva, half a bottle of used lotion. They can go fuck themselves. Little cunts, I swear to God. Anyway, unnecessary waste also heard it happening to fruit from food companies. Yeah, like restaurants always throw away all of their unused food. Only time I would um, understand cutting shoes if they were unfixable, or renting good shoes just to not donate it. It feels like cartoonishly greed and evil. Like, yeah, 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 it's Bella singing. Not to mention, they hike up all the prices and also keep all the good stuff to sell on their own website. And their CEO is insanely rich. Like, look him up, just enriching himself. It's disgusting. They should all be. Here in Brazil, clothes is an average thrift store are sold for like 30 to 200 bucks when in other countries it seems like it's 10 to 20. Is it like 200 American bucks? That's not right. I mean, maybe it's not a thrift store, it's a vintage store. Usually, when it's like a vintage store, it's like a different thing. When I was in China, I learned that small business owners sell stolen luxury clothes and bags in their little stores for much cheaper. They are onto something. Yeah, I fucking love that. Hell yeah. I want to go to China. I want to see my friend, and then, like, also, it's pretty close to get to my hometown from China. The institution of everything, including and especially clothes. I know. Hi. Anyway, community planning. The way our government invests in more private housing than using the land for better community housing is crazy. But, dude, have you seen the massive ass golf courses in the middle of Vancouver? Those cunts. Don't even start me. Don't even start me. Carney announcing that he's going to build a shit ton of fucking data centers in Vancouver or like somewhere in BC. And it's like, I think it was Vancouver. Diva, we have water restrictions, like second grade water restrictions. We, us Canadians who have a shit ton of clean water, we have to be on water restrictions. And they keep saying no, it's has nothing to do with any of this. But it suddenly happened in the past 2 to 3 years, exactly when we started to use AI like crazy people, because we're forced to use it, by the way. Somehow both Calgary and Vancouver are on water restrictions right now. I don't know about the rest of Canada, but the two cities that I deal with the most, we're both have to restrict our water now, water usage. How did that happen? With our water reserves, with fresh water reserves that we have, whatever. Lisa, China is visa free until the end of December. Yeah, I know, but also as a Russian, I have like 30 days visa free at all times, I'm pretty sure. I can just like use a Russian passport and like get in for a month, I think, or like 2 weeks, something like that. Biggest golf course hater over here. Always awful waste of space and terrible for the environment. Anyone who golfs is a red flag. Exactly. Um, I wanted to recommend Billy's new album. You guys, Off Air is such a Brad's My Scene esque good ass song. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. Not Canadian, but I get you. Golf is literally an exploitative sport. Exactly. I never go shopping there except at the artisanato or the small shops on the beach. I got to go because it's midnight. Bye bye, Linus. Is bye, Lisa. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up soon because it's 3 hours and I need to go work uh, with my assistant. We're like we had a photo shoot. Now we have to be doing like photo work. Um, it wasn't for anything like us related. It was work photo shoot. Nope, for Russians, it's also visa free only till the end of December. I also traveled by Russian passport. I'm pretty sure it has like a separate thing for us outside of the September thing. It's not as long as like right now. Like right now, I'm pretty sure everyone can just go like visa free, whatever. But as far as I know, we have like special agreement that went into effect this year. Literally told all my friends, you know what happened to the czars? Yeah. Now look over to Bezos Met Gala. Exactly. Exactly. Lisa, have you seen talked about SM's response to using AI and Espas and me? No. Um, I'm not surprised at this point, not gonna lie. I'm kind of like so over them, so over them. I really, really, really hope they don't use fucking AI in Red Velvet comeback. I think fuck. I feel like they probably will and there's gonna be a scandal again. And like Yeah, I hope they don't. I hope they don't. But South Korea is just like they're so cucked. It's crazy. Like they can't stop using fucking AI. They can't stop constantly writing that capitalist dick. It's exhausting. Anyway, golf courses and cruise ships. If I could get rid of two things, exactly. I don't know why. I don't even know anything in terms of ethics when it comes to cruise ships. I just fucking hate them. Don't know why. They just like piss me off. I had the opportunity to study abroad in Shanghai for a summer in high school. Genuinely had the best time there. Oh, I want to go. They announced they are opening AI data centers where I live. We are already having problems with water supplies because our pipes are rotten. We lost the plot. Same. Our pipes in Calgary are so fucked. So fucked. What's your opinion on child labor? Shouldn't be a thing. Except if they're paid with heavy restriction on how long they could be working, usually used for more like internships so they can learn things and or getting paid the same as adults. I do not support any cutting of wages based on age. That's fucking insane. Just so you guys know, in Alberta, you get paid less than minimum wage if you are a teen or if you're just like under the age of 18. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Don't you love living like this? Fuck. Has anyone seen WatchMojo crash out on the YouTuber's critique video of them? No? Tell me, tell me. Hi, Sarah. I saw that Billy used AI too, and I was like, Diva, why would you ruin such a good idea for like such a good concept with using AI, Diva? Cheapening it all the time. Lisa, what the fuck? I didn't know that. I thought it was just universal minimum wage here. Fuck. Universal minimum wage, at least in Calgary, is $15 an hour since 2018, and it hasn't been raised a cent since 2018, Diva. Can you imagine how like the economy took such a downturn in Canada in 2022, and yet the minimum wage hasn't fucking made like any adjustments to the inflation since 2018. And on top of it all, you should look it up. $13. They pay teenagers $13 an hour. Kids should make their own money. It shouldn't go to the parents like what happened to Jeanette McCurdy. Oh, well, yeah, but that's a completely separate thing because like entertainment and whatever needs like stricter laws in general. Um, but I think it's like honestly, I don't think kids should be working, but if they are, if that's like something they want to be doing or whatever the fuck, it should be um, like there should be a lot of oversight so the businesses don't abuse it. Um, well, kind of don't have as much bills, so they need less money, right? So pay them nothing, yay. Like the criticism wasn't bad. The YouTuber talked about how companies put low effort into their videos and rob viewers of engaging in the topic. Well, yes, Watch Mojo, they got mad at that. Diva, they've been first and foremost, they've been criticized 3,000 times. Let's start there. They've been criticized so many times and now only now they're pissed about it. Second of all, it's Watch Mojo. Are they even sure they're not like do they know if they're sentient? Are they sure they exist? Considering the type of shit they make, I feel like maybe they're not aware of being alive. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just like now it's just AI making it at this point. Isn't US minimum wage still 7.25 for like 20 years? I think so. But I think that they have like more the same thing as in Canada. The provinces, the states have more control over the wages. So they're kind of like dependent on where you live and other things like that. Pretty sure Ning Ning spoke about being against AI, but I don't think this will influence anything if company decides to use it. Yeah, I agree. It's a Sam, but also like one time Solgi said something about using ChatGPT, and I was like, Diva, don't upset me. You have to check the credit for every MV, and unfortunately, even the tracks are not exempt. Yeah. Has anyone ever? Has any? I mean, WatchMojo. I'm like shocked they still exist. Sorry to say. Top 12 Lisa Fevral moments that made you question something about life. Now on Miss Mojo. There was a dropout cast member that talked about doing child acting and said they went over the max daily time limit every time. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. The amount of shit going on movie sets that should not be going on is crazy. And I'm not only talking about like the inappropriate behaviors and whatever. I mean, like, they constantly go over the board with the hours and stuff like that, and then they try to not pay you for overtime. The amount of times. And the thing is, you know what the worst thing is? Fucking movie sets, I fucking can't stand them. They do shit like, for example, regular workday is 12 to 15 hours, and they only start paying you overtime after the 12th hour, I think. How is that legal? How is that legal? Whatever. There was a dropout cast. Oh, wait, you already read that. Someone in the comments said it might be the current CEO or head person in charge or something. Probably. Feel blessed because I don't know what WatchMojo is. Honestly, no one needs to know what that is. Not gonna lie. It's absolutely useless to know. It's a nothing burger of information. They just like make lists. They make list videos, which is like, who cares? Anyway. I was a WatchMojo stan at the age of 10. I remember watching a bunch of WatchMojo at like 11. I loved lists. I mean, the thing is, that was kind of their demographic, but that was like a while ago. I was surprised to hear that they're even active. Not gonna lie. Ooh. So, just saying. Anyway, guys. Kind of missed you or whatever, just because we didn't stream for like what 3 days. I'm kind of getting used to this. I'm kind of getting used to talking to you every day. It's kind of weird not to stream for 3 days. Top 10 anime battles. LOL. I know. Honestly, WatchMojo did make AI list videos before AI did. Like, they have AI vibe, and they had it before AI was a thing. So, I don't know. 107 fun facts about my assistant. Have you watched Sonic Boom? I think it's how I found your channel. Sonic Boom? I don't think so. Missed you too, Lisa, parasocially. joking, unless. Love the meme when Tom Holland goes crazy about meeting Mojo Lady IRL. Did he actually? Honestly, yeah, Bella was performing, and on top of it all, she's like eating right now. Kind of cute. And yeah, you guys, did you hear? I mean, like a lot of you probably weren't here in the very, very beginning of the live, but I saw a baby hummingbird yesterday at like 9:30 p.m. or something. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I think that's a sign. I don't know. I've been kind of feeling a little bit lost lately, and it might be just because I'm like sick and my emotions start kind of skewing in a weird direction whenever I'm sick. So I always have to wait out until I'm like better so I don't like have like negative thoughts about things that I actually don't feel negatively about. But I think I kind of really want like I don't know. I want something different in my life, but in a good way, not something different when some kind of diabolical bullshit happens as per fucking usual. Um, Hope you keep feeling better, Lisa, and sick people in the chat. Yes, everyone who's sick, I hope you guys are going to be feeling better. You're going to feel better soon. It's only going to take a couple of days and you're going to be back to normal. I promise. Sonic Boom is a kid's cartoon, but it's actually hilarious. How did you find me through that then? I'll post the WatchMojo comment on the Discord. It was wow. Do you want me to read it right now? Or do you want it just to be there? Sonic Boom is so good. Let me see. What? Sonic Boom TV series. Oh, I think I've seen it on TV back in the day. I wasn't really I've never watched anything Sonic that much, to be honest. But I've seen it. I know it exists. Oh, you saw the hummingbird in the wild, just random? That's really cool. I thought it was in a bird play sanctuary or something. No, just in the wild. It was outside of the apartment building. The hummingbird was just like eating out of a flower or something, and the flowers were already closed. I was like, why are you out? Usually hummingbirds are like flying around during the day, not at 9 p.m., I don't think. While I was watching Sonic Boom on YouTube, I got recommended Totally Spies stuff, and I was like, wait, is that the show I liked as a little kid but barely watched because I don't want to be called gay? Okay. Yes, 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 yes. You're sick too? Damn. The Watch Mojo thing was wild. Hummingbirds are gorgeous. I love birds. We need more ornithomancy. Hope Lisa and people and sick people in chat feel better soon too. Is Discord only for paid subscribers? No, no, it's for everyone. Sonic Boom season 1 is kind of but season 2 was meta humor. Now everyone can join Discord. Melee, come on over. There's just something about unpaid labor that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. It's got such great lines. Oh, seeing hummingbirds would genuinely be a highlight of my day. Seeing a baby hummingbird would be so exciting. But how can I join? There are no links anywhere. Let me put the link. Where are you? You're on YouTube. Let me put the link into. I'll just put it in the actual live description, so people could like join for a week or something until it's like active. Let me do it. Let me do it. Just went sick. Okay. Perchance. Perchance. Oh, oops. Live. This one, the one that's current. And we're gonna put Discord link in there. Invite to server. Copy. And okay, it's gonna be in the live description right now. You can just like um, update it or something. I don't know. Not me like absolutely showing the entire thing. Um, I've never seen a hummingbird before. I'm actually jealous right now. There's a lot in Vancouver. If you ever come to Vancouver, you're probably gonna see them, especially like not if it's not in the winter, obviously. Not Twitch. Damn. Okay, so the comment, right? Uh, the day no one talks you, the day no one talks you is the day you are irrelevant. So thank you. Okay, never heard of your channel, and I admit I didn't see the video, but a few points. In 2006, when we started, we were obviously a bit ahead of the curve. In 2012, when every channel was some vlogger sitting on the couch, we mastered our signature style, and many cried as it looked more like VH1, MTV, ESPN, and not what the vocal minority viewed as YouTube content. Many cried. Many cried. The challenge in media is staying relevant, keeping your audience guessing, etc. Companies like BuzzFeed, Vice, Vox, and channels that inspire themselves by us, that inspired themselves by us, Diva, by their own admission, all came and went. We managed to both keep our OG fans happy and innovate. Right. If by downfall you mean being a survivor, having 100 plus FTEs who earn their living with us, then I'll take it. Also, this may be inside baseball. What the fuck is going on with the English here? But you are aware that AVOD or AVOD is YouTube 1.0 and the platform has evolved, right? I could break it down for you, but why bother? Hint. Viewers are spending nearly an hour per watch session watching our content. We are in the ways that matter more pertinent than ever. As per Sound Mojo, again, think of 2012 when the vocal minority whined and then we got the last laugh. Context is king.com. Sound Mojo explain. Haters, envious, jealous people are fuel to our fire. Um, yeah, I forgot they were an actual company. I didn't know they were an actual company. Um, Probably my first Discord server with same people only. um, Anywho, it was a fun stream today, Lisa. Yes, I agree. This is just so fucking ridiculous. I heard this drama on YT Short. Someone made a video that WatchMojo's downfall should be celebrated. Then WatchMojo put that in the comments and it got the pin of shame. That's funny. That's honestly, that whole comment is like making me fucking crack up. Inside baseball means behind the curtain or side strategy that someone outside might not see. Yeah, but it just sounds kind of, the structure of the entire sentence is a little fucked. This is a really sus comment, clearly no editing. Yeah, like it's just really, it kind of stumbles a lot. It's really strangely formatted. Um, anyway, divas, thank you for hanging out. I hope you're having a great day. And perchance on Sunday, we might gonna have to do either a later live, just slightly later, or something, because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. Um, and I'm sure I'm gonna be done, like, it's probably gonna be like, I don't know, an hour later max. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know on the community posts, stuff like that. Um, yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you're having a good time and a good day. And I hope you're gonna have a good Thursday and Friday. Um, yeah. See you guys. Yes. Thank you for the luck on the appointment. Uh, I look like Kimmy from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That's a good thing, I